7 years. It has been 7 years since Splotter has put out a new game. That's a long time. I mean, think about that, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Feel pretty confident about that, but let me double check. But 7 years it's been a hot minute, right? Because, yeah, 8 years. 8, I was wrong. Food Chain Magnate originally came out in 2015. It's 2023. Now, there was a pretty massive expansion for Food Chain Magnate that came out a number of years ago, but this is the first true new game. Wow, 8 years. This is a long time for a publisher to go without putting out a new game, but I got a message from Jeroen the other day saying, hey, I need your address. He has it, but, and your phone number to, I have a surprise coming your way. Oh, I wonder whatever it could be. So this would be really embarrassing if what I think's in this box isn't in this box, won't it? That'd be pretty bad. Anyway, let's roll into it, shall we? Let's just do this, okay? Aaron says, I wish every company would wait 7 years. I don't need to buy all these games. All right, fair point. Literally, this arrived less than 2 hours ago or so. But, I mean, that's a pretty good giveaway. I think this is definitely one of the most anticipated games out there, right? Like, if you're into the types of games that we are into collectively. I am failing at cutting open this box. There we go. Well, I can rest assured, it really is what I thought it would be. Oh my God, this thing is heavy. Like physically, this is a big box. Like, it's bigger than what you would expect, I think. Oh my God, that thing. I thought that's massive. So, size comparison real quick. I went ahead and grabbed Food Chain, right? So, like, it fit, it's that size as far as shelf space in that regard. However, now the lid for Food Chain is behind me, so bear with me, but so, okay, so it's about twice as big, maybe a little less than twice as wide, I guess that would be, whatever. So, wow. And I like what they did on the back of the box. It's a joke because they always do that. There you go. Jan Lipinski gets art credit on this one. Yours and Jeroen. This year, we want the best or nothing at all. We don't want tradition. We want to live in the present, and the only history that is worth a tinkerer's damn is the history we make today. The famous founder is standing in front of his team giving a motivational speech. Yeah, you all can see that. Okay. You all know your first customer was a lunatic, and the second had a death wish. So they bought our brakeless bangers. So there were a few accidents, but the only mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. This year, customers demand safety. Of course, active safety features include rapid acceleration for safe overtaking. I know it'll be hard to add the new motor block section to the factory, but before you say you cannot do something, try it. Oh, how I'm trying to teach my kids that. To every engineer, every planner, every mechanic, and every salesperson in this great company, I say, if I can dream it, you can do it. Horseless Carriage can be played with 3 to 5 players. Takes about 3 hours. All right. There it is. There's your sneak peek. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm excited to get this played with the group either tomorrow night or Saturday, and I'll see y'all later. All right? Take care, everybody. Edward's got jokes today. There we go. Oh. So it does say, yeah, 3 to 4 hours. It's not often you see that on a box nowadays. I appreciate that. Yay. Okay. Honesty. Glad y'all appreciated that. People appreciating the jokes. All right. Hey, cubes. Big cubes. Like these are larger than your average standard cubes, right? Yeah, but they're wooden cubes. Okay, so I had Pampero in my head for some reason, and I was like, oh, wow, look, they're wind farms. No, they're not. So cool little trucks, or, well, they're horseless carriages. I know, but they kind of look like trucks. All wooden bits. More. Various player colors. Maybe. Those appear to be automobiles. Well, horseless carriages, anyways. Or no, yeah, those look like cars. More wooden bits. I'm trying to figure out what these are without having gone through the rulebook, and I did that intentionally, just FYI. So, ooh, sports cars. Those are pretty. I'll go through all these a bit more in detail, but various resources, it looks like. There we go. Decks of cards. I am fascinated. Don't eat this, kids. All right, so what do we have? We have, I'm assuming, different languages. Yep, that is in fact not English. Never will look at this again. Okay. Hey, I can read this stuff. All right. There we go. We'll go through it here in a minute, though. But the German one, we're going to just kind of set aside there. Okay. Okay. Peugeot, yep, made bikes. I've owned a couple of these in my life. Steam-powered tricycles and then lots of automobiles in France. Cool. Henry Ford, Alexander Wilson, Giovanni Agnelli, Alexander Wilson, Bertha Benz. Some of these are in German as well. Okay. So let's see. We got these 4. There should be one more. Yep. There. And then here we go. 1, 2, yeah, these. So. Okay. I'm doing very well, thank you, Cole. Play or the actual board. Oh, I appreciate this so much. That is so nice for unboxing this stuff. There we go. Couple punch boards. It's not going to be nearly as much as Antiquity, but All right, let's start going through this stuff. So here, we'll move this here. We'll do the rule book first, I guess. Set these aside for a moment. That is a massive box. And it is chock full. I guess we'll check out the board. There's the back. I appreciate that publishers have now gotten to where they put something on the back. Just something. Probably costs extra, but I appreciate it. It's a nice little touch, and it's pretty. Okay. Looks pretty straightforward. Like, not terribly complex from just a initial aesthetic here. All right. All right, enough with the old school splatter artwork jokes. I get it. But no, this looks good, I think. Right? There's far more, nice artwork than traditional, if you will. All right? All right. So, here, let's do this. Let's see. Move these around. Here we go. Okay. So, Punchboards. Now, I know that there have been some issues with these guys right here. Right? And there's supposed to be, well, I went ahead and printed this because I knew that I was going to be doing this. So this is available on BGG. There should be 10 range B and 10 range C spec markers have wrong colors. This is in the first printing and should depict different car features, safety and reliability accordingly. Okay? So, it says, print these on self-adhesive paper, so sticky paper, and cut along the marker, the edges, and you can paste them on. Or transparent, whichever you want, okay? So, hopefully that's helpful to folks, okay? So, this I just printed on regular paper just to be able to show y'all, and then I'll print it on sticker paper and get this all done up before we actually stream this, either this weekend or early next week. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go through the punch boards here. It's got a chassis. And they punch easy, like I'm already accidentally punching this stuff out. They're thick, cardboard. I mean, it's solid, so that's a good thing. The colors are distinctive. Now, I'm not red-green colorblind or whatnot, but they definitely are clear, like pretty distinctive here, I would say. Yeah, I was really surprised that it's been 8 years since Food Chain, but I guess it's been a chaotic last few years or whatnot. Punchboards all look really nice. I mean, having not gone through the rulebook yet, I can't really say I know a lot at what I'm looking at yet, but the production looks nice. Like the cardboard is all super thick and the wooden bits are all chunky. Like I said, it's easy to punch them. There you go. That's all the punch boards. Oh, let's go and break out the rule book, shall we? Actually get a feel for things a little bit. That looks nice. We'll go ahead and bring you all in a little bit here for the rule book. Horseless Carriage is a game about the dawn of the automobile, a time where cars were invented. When cars were invented, no one quite knew what this new contraption would look like and what features would be essential. Early cars sometimes used levers or pedals to steer and a wheel to accelerate. Brakes were not always seen as essential, but sometimes an outside spot to take along an onboard mechanic was. This early super innovative period occurs in the development of many new product categories. Players are cast as aspiring industrialists, trying to find out what features the public will value when buying these new, expensive, and utterly unfamiliar horseless carriages. Game can be played 3 to 5 players, takes about 3 hours or a bit longer with more players, or when learning the rules. For your first game, we strongly advise using the introductory rules, even if you're an experienced strategy gamer. I appreciate that last bit, because you know us, Jeroen. I know you know us. That you'd be like, they'll skip. No, really don't skip it. So that's what we're going to play. Okay. I hear you. Okay, some terminology. Oh, okay. So the market board over here, apparently there are, and there's one down here as well. Oh no, the market board is this. Okay. Abstract strategic representation of the car market. I am intrigued. The playthrough, like I said, will either be later this weekend or early next week. So, patience. Young heffalumps, patience. So far, this is just an overview. All of these pages are nothing but overviews of what this stuff is. Yeah, okay, now I see what people were complaining about. Yeah, the fellas probably should have put, a component list. Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair critique. Oops, that was an oversight. All right, one thing that Splotter does that I do wish they would update is their setup is just a bunch of words. I do appreciate a setup with a picture and laying it out in steps. So fellas, in 8 years when the next game comes out, just throwing that out there, okay? Just saying, okay? Okay. So, object, or the overview. The object of the game is make as much money as possible. I feel you. This is done by selling cars from your factory to buyers on the market. Each year, the market demands will change because buyers will value different things in a car. You can sell through dealers that are placed in your factory. You can make the most money by selling in a higher segment. For this, you must sell cars with good specs on the dimensions buyers currently value. The specs of your car, like most of your abilities, are determined by the stations you've built in your factory. These stations are connected to a main line, and the main line in turn will connect to a dealer. What you can build in your factory is most limited by space and also by your research level. By planning well, you can sometimes use research performed by others to build stations in your own factory. Turn order is important, and you will need to choose in which phase you want to have the advantage. All right. So, different phases, research, then set your focus. This is the longest Splotter rulebook, I think, right? So far. Interesting. Then building a factory, or building your factory as it were. Print sales brochures. That's cool. Dig it. Sell, sell, sell. Finish? Question mark? Check if the game's over. If so, determine who won. Okay. Then advance expectations, grow demand, and some helpful tips. Okay, there you go. So, I mean, it's all like all the components themselves are pretty basic in this. Like, for instance, like, I'll go ahead and break out like one of each of the cars here for y'all. Oh, welcome, Daniel. And everybody else, but you know, it's Daniel's first time. What do we got? We got those already. We'll get some of the gold ones. Here we go. See if I can not make you all nauseous in doing this. So, there you go. And like I said, the cubes are pretty sizable here. They're chunky cubes. They're not your typical little guys here. So, and then there are, like I said, the various resources, it looks like, or components, or markers, because they're in player colors, I just realized. Okay, so there we go. And they're different shapes as well as colors. Okay, all right. Last thing, I guess, last two things. I want to go over what these things are. I am fascinated. So, I don't understand what okay, there are names on them. So Dearborn, Detroit, Ellesmere Port, Kansas City, and there are 3 different sizes of these guys. And they're in player colors. Fascinating. I am really intrigued by that. Okay. All right. Well, let's open up some cards, and then we'll wrap it up. And we'll be back tonight for some Haben Gut, if y'all haven't seen. And then with this, likely early next week, but it all depends on availability of peeps. Trying to open up the cards. Hold on. So how anticipatory are y'all on this game? Whether it's your own copy, seeing a playthrough of it from us, whatever that might be. All right, so let's look at this a little, shall we? Get these out of here. Okay. So player colors looks like they have their own deck. Okay, so you get the idea on those, okay? And the other deck looks like more of the same, honestly, but we shall see. What did I do? Couldn't find a razor blade. Yeah, it does theoretically have that easy to open, but I've learned that, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the time those are actually easy to open. Dimitri, why do you think you're excited about the playthrough but unlikely to play it yourself? Is it due to lack of getting a copy or lack of having a group to be able to do it? That's it. Wow. I mean, so. There you go. That right there, Horseless Carriage. Oh, wait, I lied. And those. Player boards. Player aids. Well, the nice thing about this is the fact that they give you 2 sets. I realized, so I don't know about y'all, but my German's not so great. So these, can't read them, but I can use them as references for this. So everybody gets one face up, one face down, which I am a big fan of. This way you don't have to do a whole lot of this. But yeah, so last thing, just a quick reminder, print this off, sticker paper, throw it on those. Apparently there is an issue in the printing, but that's it. That is a meaty box though. It's Horseless Carriage. So that's it, okay? I'm looking forward to this. I imagine a lot of y'all are as well. Still, Mr. President and this. That's it. All right, so hey, big thanks to Jeroen and Joris for sending us the copy. Certainly appreciate it. So look for this soon. Next handful of days. Like I said, tonight we are playing Haben Gut. We may be doing a pre-play of this tomorrow. If we do, we may be doing it for our patrons only. A behind-the-scenes look. If so, you can become a patron, patreon.com/HCHQ, and you get access at the $5 and up level. You get access to behind-the-scenes stuff like that. But otherwise, this will be possibly this weekend, more than likely sometime early next week. And by early, I mean no later than Thursday. Let's put it that way. Could be as early as Monday. We'll see. But Horseless Carriage. So, big thanks, Jeroen, Joris. Appreciate it. I'm super stoked for this. I know a lot of y'all are as well. 8 years. Wow. So, yeah, stoked for this. All right. I'll see y'all tonight or next week. Horseless Carriage. All right. Take care, y'all. Thanks, everybody. I'm excited. It has arrived. And yes, fiddliness is godliness.